So in this video, we're going to power the VT132 we've assembled up and take a look at does it work? Look at updating the firmware and look a little bit at how you would update the firmware, actually go through the process. So we've got a picture here of the board we assembled together. I've got a VGA capture device plugged in over here on the VGA port. I've got my PS2 keyboard plugged in over here. We're not going to be using the FTDI header or the modem header. We don't need those. Because we're powering from the RC2014 bus, we don't need these jumpers on here. We're not trying to power the board from either one of these connectors. The 4 jumpers here are in for normal operation. So for normal VT132 operation in the RC2014, you want those 4 jumpers in. You want these off. So a quick note about the capture environment here. I've got the VGA output of the VT132 going to a VGA capture device. This no signal is actually that capture device telling us that there's no VGA signal coming in. You'll see a OSD pop up down here giving us the resolution the VGA is running again. Again, those two come from the capture device, not from the VT132 itself. So what should happen here when I turn the power on is it'll take a few seconds for the board to come up. You should hear a long beep. And up in here, it should say, I believe it'll say wait, error, and then the cursor will appear. And we'll talk about why that happens on first power up. So the VT132's come up. So the reason you saw that error there on the first power up is because the settings that you pick for the board have not been saved yet. So the NVRAM has not been initialized yet. And I'm going to jump into setup here. So that's Alt Print Screen. Get this into the VT132 setup. And I did that on the wrong keyboard. Wasn't that fun? I actually need the PS2 keyboard. Alt Print Screen. We'll get us into setup. If you're not familiar with the VT100 setup, look at the manual. Online, you can find resources. This is the standard tab setup for the VT130 or the VT100, and of course it exists here in the VT132. A quick note: F1 on the keyboard will bring you up help on all these screens. I'm going to move on to screen B here, and I'm going to bring up the help with the F1 key. And the change I need for this to work correctly for me, with my build of CPM and the tools I use, is to come all the way over here. I'm hitting the right arrow key on the keyboard here, and eventually I'll get the cursor over there. Come on, you can do it. Oops, went one too far. And then I want to hit 6 here to toggle that 0 there to a 1. And if we look here, we can see that this is backspace or delete backspace, and I need that toggled to a 1. And then I'm going to hit Shift-S to save that as my setup. And with that setup now saved, I won't see that error message again. There's been a setup saved. We'll jump forward 2 more screens here. On screen C, if I turn off help, we'll see here the version number. And I'm currently running release candidate 2. I believe release candidate 3 is going to be the final version. I can't speak definitively to that, but I'm going to want to upgrade to this newer version of the release candidate. So if you're like me and you like to keep the firmware pretty current on your devices, there's a way to update the firmware on the VT132 via wireless connection. And we're going to look at how to do this. So the left Alt and Escape key on the keyboard will bring up Quick Help, or the Quick menu. And in the Quick menu, you can do a number of things, and you'll be able to explore this on your own. But we can control the display. We can set the terminal type here. I can set emulation mode. I normally like it to be WordStar VT100 for the things I do. And that'll make that configuration. There's a bunch of stuff, but what we're concerned here is how to configure this so we can do a firmware update. And to get the VT132 in the firmware update mode, you come down to modem, you bring it out, and I'm going to use the space bar. You could also hit M to enable modem locally. And that says, okay, the modem is now in local mode. I'm going to bring the help back, and I'm going to walk down to online. And I'm going to hit space to turn that off. You could also hit O to turn that off. And with the modem in local mode and the terminal online disabled, that gets us to a special mode where we can actually talk to the modem directly from the VT132. Remember, the modem is a standalone Hay-style compatible modem emulation with Wi-Fi capability. It's on a separate serial bus from the VT132 itself. Online refers to the VT132 talking to the computer or not talking to the computer. Online means you can talk to a remote device. But with those two set that way, I can hit escape and back out here. And I should be able now to type an AT, capital AT, and I'm going to hit $ for help. And we're not talking to the modem. So, yeah, this is excellent. We're talking from the VT132 emulation directly to the modem. So there's a couple commands here to keep in mind. We need to connect the modem to a Wi-Fi network, and that's this command down here, AT+W equals your local SSID and the password for your modem. And you would issue that command just as it's shown there, uppercase +W equals, and at this point, be case specific, my Wi-Fi, whatever it's called, my password. Whatever yours are called there, you're going to define them like that and hit enter to set them. That obviously is not what my local Wi-Fi is, but I do need to configure that on here. So I'm going to do that off screen, and I'll be back. So I ran the @+W equals my local SSID and password to define these to the VT132. Now I'm going to do an +W+, and that will tell it to connect to my Wi-Fi network, and it's connected. Then I want to look at these U commands here for upgrade. I'm going to run this question mark, which says, tell me if there's an update waiting to be downloaded and installed. So +U question mark. This will take a couple of seconds. It's got to go out to the GitHub repository where this lives, and it says, yes, there's a newer version than the version you're running. We can look at the version I'm running with the U $. And it tells me, I'm running release candidate 2, and I can update to release candidate 3. Now, you won't be seeing these release candidates. You'll be seeing the final versions. +U and the caret, so +U caret will tell it to go out and download the latest update and install it. So let's go ahead and hit that command. We should start to see some periods appear down here, which tell us it's making progress with the download. This will take a few seconds to complete. There's a lot of functionality in this modem. Remember, this Wi-Fi modem is completely separate from the VT132 terminal emulation itself. It's a standalone modem implementation on its own serial bus on the card. So in the RC 2014, this modem is connected to the second UART on the 2 SIO card, and the VT132 is connected to the first UART on it. So this modem can be completely used standalone, from any serial device you want to talk to it. Any terminal. I could plug a the old school dumb serial terminal into there, and surf on that terminal if I wanted to, and maybe I'll actually do that. That would be kind of cool. So a lot of functionality, completely standalone, really, from the VT132. Yes, they do share the common ESP32 processor, which supports both of them. And there it is. It's downloaded the update. It's told us the upgrade is complete, so it should be installed and ready to be booted into. If we do an @+U $, it should tell us that we're currently running RC3, and the next time I boot, I will be running the RC.3, or I'm currently on RC2. The next boot will be running the RC.3 update. I'm going to reach over and I'm going to press the reset button on the VT132. We heard a short beep, and we have a wait. We can hit Alt print screen to jump into setup here. I can move forward to setup C by hitting the 5 key twice. And we can see here we're now running RC3, just like it said. So, that's all it takes to really update your VT132. It's simple to connect your Wi-Fi network using the @+W commands. @+U commands will let you do a software update. Really easy to do, and really very nice. Ton of functionality here, but really we've covered what I wanted to, and that was, does my board come up, and getting the firmware updated. So I think that'll wrap up the assembly series, I believe, for the VT132. I guess I'll see you in a future video.